Hello and welcome to the ninth and final week of the regular season of the Speed Duel Masters Circuit, presented by Judgment Gaming. I am Justice. Welcome. No, it wasn't muted. It's just that OBS randomly decided to change my audio source on its own in between last time and this time without me ever changing anything because technology is fun like that. Speaking of technology being fun, we're going to see how things go. I actually waited a little bit longer to get this started because I was watching in OBS. It looked like this stream was mostly okay, but a little bit unstable. Some frames were being dropped. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that as things go on, and hopefully it's fine and won't be any issue because we've got some really exciting matches today. It is, as I said, the final week of the regular season, which means these are the matches which will determine A, who gets into playoffs, and B, the seeding for playoffs, which can be very, very important. As a reminder, the top two at the end of the regular season are going to be in a much better spot, whereas the bottom two are going to be in a much worse spot. So we will go over the playoff format at the end of the stream once we know who is in, who is not, and where people are seated. So let me just open something that I realized I forgot to have open. And let's go ahead and get into it. I will pull up on the screen the standings after week 8. So after last week's games, this is where everyone was sitting. And we do see actually some really interesting movement here. You'll notice that we have a new first place. Tensei Patu has been sitting in first for quite some time now. But after last week's games, actually moved down to second, with Yugioh moving up to first due to an 11-5 game score versus Tensei Patu's 11-6, both with a 6-2 match record. So by the smallest of margins, Yugioh edges way into first place after last week's games. We also see movement actually all throughout the top 5. We do see Theg's Sofa Cord moving up one spot into third place. Hexy moving up one spot into fourth. Starblast actually falling 2 spots down from third to fifth. Siren Rise is holding steady at 6th, holding playoff position, with Ursa's moving up from 9th to 7th. Nightblader staying at 8th. Palo moving back down into 9th place. So there is actually a lot on the line here. So this is where things were at. Let's go ahead and get into this week's games. I'm going to get some music going as always. Please do let me know if the music volume needs to be adjusted. It should be okay, but if not, please do tell me. If you want it louder, if you can't hear it, or if it's too loud and you can't hear me or can't hear the games, please let me know. I know on my end I can't hear crap, but that's normal. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to make it slightly louder, and if it's too loud, because I want to hear it, but if it's too loud, just tell me. Alrighty, let's go ahead and not waste any more time. Let's jump into the first match of the day. As you can see on the right side of your screen, it is going to be Hexy versus Nightblader. And I am going to try to convince... Look, there's the music. You can see that. I'm trying to convince OBS that it wants to actually work. So far, it is not having it. But we're gonna do our best to convince OBS that it should actually do the thing that it's supposed to do. And this should do it. Oh, fantastic! I love it when things work. All right, Yugioh says he can't hear it, but Nightblader can because he said, "Oh, well, maybe not because you just saw the image." All right, we'll make it a little bit louder. Alright, hopefully that's good. Alrighty. So, let's jump into it here. It is Hexy on the blue side, with Burn banned away. We'll be playing Moth and Twisted Personality Volcanics. Nightblader on the bottom on the red side has Moth banned away. We'll be playing Beatdown Squared, and Unions. So, let's go ahead and jump into that first game. It will be Hexy taking the RPS. Let's see what they choose. Alrighty, Hexy choosing to go second. So it will be Moth versus Unions. I think the games themselves might be a little bit loud. Someone tell me if you disagree, but that sounded a little bit loud to me, so I'm lowering that. Alrighty. So Nightblader with a full back row, but nothing else. Not the ideal Union opening. Hexy with the DD Warrior Lady coming down. Let's see if she can get some damage through for First Blood for this week. She sure will. There you go. First Blood over to Hexy. Alright, Nightblader with a Breaker, the Magical Warrior. Oh, it's probably not Unions. I always forget that he's got both Kaiba skills, so it's probably this has got to be Beatdown for sure. So Breaker's effect will be able to go off here. Will pop a Zoma. Agreed with Tensei. Alright, Breaker will attack into the DD Warrior Lady. No banish because Hexy wants to use the effect of Parasite Paranoid. However, the book will just send that Parasite to the grave with no target left. However, because Cocoon is a fair and balanced skill, we will go ahead and shuffle that Parasite back in to draw a card. Hexy's own Breaker comes down. Nightblader will use the book to protect his last remaining back row. There's a Charging Gaia. There's a Flip Summon Breaker. There's a Beatdown coming through. Those are both going to gain 300 attack. Breaker on Breaker Violence. Charging Gaia in for 22. Alright. Not bad. And that back row is still live for Nightblader. Well, not anymore. As Cosmic Cyclone, Hexy will pay himself down to 700 to banish the Wall of Disruption. Just to save the normal summon of Breaker. Wow, you don't see that very often. And just goes in for the attack here. Whereas Charging Gaia with Beatdown will be able to get over that Breaker. Hexy took a big risk here. Does not look like it paid off. Those are both going to gain 300. Breaker first goes in. Hexy takes 300. Charging Gaia attempts to go for lethal, but a Sphere Karibo is going to stop that. Hexy has to top deck basically Parasite here. I think is the only draw. Will top deck the Parasite. What a good player. Ouch. Oh, man. Yep. Reminder Cocoon is fair. Yep. Totally fair. Cyber Dragon is summoned in attack position here. This has to be some sort of bait? Or not? Alright. And with the Parasite top deck, with no other options left in deck, Hexy will go ahead and take game one with Moth. Nightblader was in a good position, but Hexy needed to top deck Parasite and said, okay, I'll do that then. I'll just top deck Parasite because I need to. No problem. Hey, Jimmy1982, thank you so much for following the channel. Appreciate the support, my friend. Glad you're enjoying the game so far. Stick around for the rest of the stream. As you can see, who makes playoffs. Alright, let's jump into game number 2 here. Hexy versus Nightblader. Nightblader will have the choice to go first or second. Hexy doing RPS the right way, declaring what they're going to choose. Thank you. Nightblader will choose to go second here. So now it will be Hexy's TP Volcanics. We'll have to see what deck Nightblader queued up. Blaze Accelerator will be activated right away, seemingly telegraphing a face-down Wildfire. Oh, sorry, Jimmy, I missed the chat. Do you like Dueling Nexus? I haven't not played on Nexus, so I could not speak to whether I would like it or not. Alright, Nightblader, being good Union player, will open Union Hanger. Hexy says that's okay, that can resolve. So your normal Union play, add Y Dragon Head, Y will search the Z from the deck. Yeah, I've never personally played on Nexus, so could not say. Alright, it will be a normal contact summon of YZ Tank Dragon. The effect will not be used. Nightblader attempts to attack directly. Alright, no, just kidding. Alright, I might wish that he did use it, because there's a DD Warrior Lady to banish the YZ, but a full back row from Nightblader, so he can't be feeling too bad right now. Zoma in the end phase, get that Zoma counter going. We've got our first one. Alrighty, will simply be spin Zoma to attack, and yeah, that one is good. 1800 comes through. Nothing in the end phase from Nightblader here. The bluffed Foolish Burial will send an X-Head Cannon. Union Hanger for Union Hanger seems good. So XYZ is set up if he wants it, but again, we have to assume there's a Wildfire face down. Or Hexy wanted Nightblader to think there was a Wildfire face down when there actually wasn't. One or the other. Alrighty, so Union combination. XY Dragon Cannon will be the play here from Nightblader. Again, for those who are not less familiar with these, that is the one that is the Zoma / Blaze Accelerator killer. And Hexy says the summon is good. So Nightblader will declare the effect targeting the Zoma. That will go off, and with no damage being able to be done this turn, will pass back. Alright, Blaze Accelerator's effect will be declared. Pitching Shell, popping the XY. Alright, there's Hexy's first damage taken, so we'll get the first counter on TP to search the shell from deck. Rocket is the other card in hand, so that will be able to be normal summoned. Thin the deck of the second Blaze Accelerator. There's the scramble we were looking for. In the end phase, we'll summon X, Y, and Z to the field. We'll see how Nightblader plays around the potential Wildfire in the back row, or not. XYZ is the play, and say, you know what, if that was Wildfire, I think I would have seen it by now, so I'm not playing around it. So Scramble, we'll go ahead and activate, add the X-Head back to hand. XYZ will pitch the X-Head to pop the Wall of Disruption. That's right, it was a bluff. Well, sort of bluff, semi-bluff. No damage, right? Did he... No, he didn't actually have to Union combo. That was actually XYZ summoned by its own procedure. And Union Scramble in the battle phase for Y and Z to attempt to go for lethal here and will be successful. Nightblader taking game number 2 with Unions. We are going to a game number 3. Alrighty, this is game number 3. Hexy versus Nightblader. And Hexy will be choosing to go second. So Nightblader will be going first with Beatdown Squared versus Hexy's TP Volcanics. 2 to the back row and pass is the opening play. Simply open to scramble. It's easy. Double hanger, double scramble. Easy game. DD Warrior Lady will be the first summon from Hexy along with a full back row. 1500 damage will get through. What is Nightblader's response here? Cyber Dragon will be special summoned. Breaker is the normal summon. Let's see what happens there. That will be met by a Floodgate Trap Hole. Nightblader does not want to attack into that DD Warrior Lady. Zoma the Spirit in the end phase. We're at 2 on the Zoma counter. So DD will go to defense. Zoma will go to attack. Attacking into Cyber Dragon. What? That is a very greedy play. Will be met by Wall of Disruption, dropping its attack down to 200. Hexy will take 19, but Nightblader will take 21, dropping him down to 400. Hexy just needs to find one more instance of damage to take this match. Nightblader's own DD Warrior Lady will be summoned up. with beatdown, does not even have to take damage if he wants to attack in with it. Both will be banished. Cyber Dragon will attempt to get in for game, but will be met by Zoma the Spirit. That Zoma will be booked. Hexy admits defeat on that Book of Moon. Nicely done, Nightblader, taking game number 3 with beatdown squared. Wow. That's crazy. I wonder now how Hexy feels about attacking in for damage with that Zoma, because that seems to actually cost him the game. Beatdown, beatdown. It is good. Nicely done there, Nightblader. Well done, well done. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the decks here. Banned away from Hexy was the Looking into the Future burn. I believe this list has not changed for him for a few weeks now, so you all should be used to seeing this by now. But this is the Looking into the Future burn list that Hexy is running. That was banned away. What was played first is Moth. So here you go. You have the Moth package in the 3 flex spots. Because Moth is a solid 17 card deck with just 3 spots to do what you want with. 2 Cosmic Cyclones and Sphere Karibo were the choices made there. And the Twisted Personality Volcanic deck on a single Royal Firestorm Guards. I believe had been playing 2 in the past, so down to 1 here. This is the rest of the list. So there you go. Beatdown confirmed new tier 2. You know it. Already. And over to Nightblader's side. Banned away was the Apprentice Moth deck. So there you go. I believe it's the same list as last week, if I'm not mistaken. There you go. Using a normal Moth package, but going a different direction. No DD Warrior Ladies. Apprentice Swap package is what Knight went with here. But that was banned away. What he got to play was the new tier 2 beatdown. You know it. You love it. You beat things down. It's great. I actually am a big fan of this deck. I'm not even lying. I love what he did with it. So there you go. There's beatdown. And Nightblader's version of Unions, yes, does run Plasma. As you should. Plasma's great. Going with a double Foolish, single Cosmic with the Plasma, so no room for Floodgate Trap Holes, so that is the call that Nightblader made on this version of Unions. And standard Union extra deck. Alrighty. So yeah, we're gonna get through a lot of these pretty quickly. As you all have noticed, Terramaster is not currently here. Unfortunately, he had something else he had to do this morning. He may still be able to join partway through the stream. We'll see how that goes. Until then, you're stuck with just me, so deal with it. Alrighty. So that is our first match of the day. Before we move on, I do want to remind everyone, as Lucky's ear is poking out in the background there, that you can see in the bottom left corner of your screen, our current total prize pool has actually shot up quite a bit, thanks to Zuna's very generous gifted sub streak last week. We are now at $88. Again, the prize pool started at $50, which came out of my pocket. But then a bunch of you have actually been very, very kind in donating. And if you want to see our players have even more to fight for, a reminder that any Tier 1 sub will add $2 to the prize pool. A Tier 2 sub will add $4. A Tier 3 sub will add $10. And 80% of any donation will be added to that prize pool as well. That is good for any donation or sub made while the stream is live. That will run all the way through the end of playoffs, right up until the moment we see our champion crowned. So if you do want to help out, that is how you can do it. Of course, just being here, watching the stream, whether you want to be active in chat or not, all of that is wonderful as well, and appreciate you supporting the event in any form. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and move on to the second match of the day. We will reset our scorecards here as we are about to watch Starblast 100 versus Paolo and S. As we do see on the top side, Starblast Unions have been banned away, so we will be playing, we have a theme today. It is Heroes. It is Destiny Heroes and Elemental Heroes. Those are the 2 decks Starblast will be playing. Whereas Paolo had Mothband away, will be playing Spellproof Armor, and Gaia the Fierce Knight. So let's go ahead and get into game number 1. Yes, surely we will be getting Dakini in midterms. I believe. Alrighty, so we will be seeing, of course we don't know yet because both D Heroes and E Heroes use fusion parties. We'll have to see which deck Starblast is currently on. Paolo will be starting off with Gaia. So we're about to find out. Starblast will activate Reinforcing the Army, searching Elemental Hero Sparkman. Now we know it is E Heroes. It will be simply a set monster and pass. For those of you who are watching who are not yet familiar with Starblast 100, he is a believer / connoisseur of 30 card decks. Will not play any deck, regardless of what type of deck it is, at any less than 30 cards. The community loves discussing this. I have my own thoughts, but in the interest of neutrality, I'll let you all decide how you feel about it. Already, Knight of Legend will be activated. Summoner's Art will special summon Gaia the Fierce Knight from the deck, as it does. Immediately to battle phase, Gaia will attack into the defense position, DD Warrior Lady. So Starblast will take 700 piercing. Paolo will have the option to draw 2 and discard 1. He will take that option. Discarding a Gentlemander, Gaia and DD will be banished. It is time for a fusion party. Let's see what the summon is. That is an Elemental Hero Necroshade plus Sparkman. That's right, it is Elemental Hero Darkbright. It does deal piercing battle damage with its 2000 attack. If it attacks, it is changed to defense position at the end of the damage step. And if it's destroyed, you target a monster your opponent controls and destroy it. That's right, we had to go through all that because who the hell has seen Darkbright in Speed Duels before? I sure haven't. Alright, there we go. Alongside DD Warrior Lady, that'll be a fat 3,500 if that all gets through. Paolo will Sphere the DD Warrior Lady, letting the Darkbright go through because it will switch itself to defense. What a kind person. Gaia the Fierce Knight will be summoned up. 2 back rows will be set. That is another 1,300 thanks to Gaia's piercing. Paolo will go ahead and activate the skill. Drawing 2, discarding 1, which is the Apprentice Magician. Darkbright will destroy the Gaia. And knowing that was going to happen, that's why Paolo set his back row, because Paolo believes in back row and Gaia. Necroshade will allow Elemental Hero Blade Edge to be summoned from the hand without tribute. There you go. There's the effect of Necroshade. I love it. And there's Blade Edge, which again deals piercing battle damage. We're seeing a lot of piercing monsters here. Gaia the Pierce Knight. Beautiful. Thank you, Nightblader. I love it. Alright, Blade Edge will attempt to get in for game, but Book of Moon will stop that particular attempt. DD Warrior Lady, however, will get through for 1,500. Paolo down to his last 500 life points. Will activate Zone with the Spirit in the end phase. We're up to the 3. Of course, he has Blade Edge in a 30-card deck with Necroshade and Graveyard. Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you? Gaia the Fierce Knight will be summoned up with Zone of the Spirit. Gaia will attack the defense position Blade Edge, getting through 500 damage, drawing 2, and we're discarding an Old Vindictive Magician. Zone of the Spirit will deal 300 battle damage. DD will go ahead and banish both. Alright, Starblast, what do you got? What's off the top? Alright, we knew that Sparkman was in hand. Not sure what that's doing, though. He just goes ahead and normal summons it because its attack is higher than its defense. Charging Gaia comes down. That should be game. It sure is. Paolo will take game number 1 with Gaia the Fierce Knight taking down the Elemental Heroes. Alrighty, let's move on to game number 2. So we'll be, Paolo telling Starblast he's gonna go scissors, and we're still in a stalemate. Lovely. So it will be Paolo's Spellproof Armor. We'll see which deck Starblast has chosen. Almost looked like a hero was going to take it. There was a chance. There was a chance. Paolo simply with a set back row and pass. So there's Rhoda. Alright, we'll search Diamond Dude. So we now know Starblast is playing Destiny Heroes in game number 2. Diamond Dude will be normal summoned and use its effect. Let's, what the crap was that? So Diamond Dude is supposed to mill the top card of the deck. Well, excavate. Starblast apparently misclicked, so shuffle the deck. Alright, Dogma will be excavated, goes to the bottom of the deck. And Paolo won the RES despite saying he picked scissors. What a god. Alright, Fusion Party will be activated using the Diamond Dude on the field and the Malicious in the hand to summon up Dangerous. Malicious effect will be activated, summoning Malicious from the deck in attack position. Starblast is going to try to get some damage in here, but not before activating Future Fusion. Alright, Dangerous will attack Paolo. Just kind of assume this is what's happening here. Alright, we'll take the 2000 in damage step. Starblast is thinking, we'll discard Destiny Hero Blade Master for the effect of Dangerous. So that will give an extra 400 attack to both of his heroes. Or 600, sorry, after Dark Angel was sent from the deck to the grave. There's another 600. Malicious will attempt to get in for exactly lethal, but will be booked. Questionable that Paolo did not use the book on the Dangerous instead. Took a lot of extra damage. Weird. Blade Master's only opponent's turn, yes, because otherwise the card would just be way too good, you know? Yeah, it was for Dangerous. Alrighty, so Spellproof Armor will be activated. Soul Exchange will be used on the Dangerous, tributing it all for a Jinzo. So there's standby phase number 1 for Future Fusion. Will reveal Destiny and Dragoon. Adding Dogma to hand for some reason. There it is, okay. What happens if Diamond Dude discards Future Fusion? Diamond Dude only works on normal spells. Future Fusion is a continuous spell. So the answer is not much. There it is. Alright, they got there. Alrighty, Starblast, thinking about his turn, will activate the effect of Destiny Hero Dark Angel. If you have 3 or more Destiny Hero monsters in your graveyard, which he does, discard a card. Yeah, I don't know what he thinks he's doing, because that's not what Destiny Hero Dark Angel does. So, yeah. Destiny Hero Dark Angel says you can discard this card from your hand. So, it does not have an effect. Oh, he's in standby. I'm sorry. I thought he went to main phase already. My bad. Alright, during his standby, just kidding. You can banish this card and a D hero from your grave. Each player chooses a normal spell from their deck and places it on top of their deck. That is the effect that's being used. I don't know why I thought he went to main phase already. There you go. If you use Book on Dangers, the discard wouldn't have happened either. Yeah. Well, yeah, I think assuming you're going to survive is a dangerous assumption. Sorry, I could have calmed my dog down. Lucky, it's alright. People were making noise outside, so he gets nervous and thinks that there's a problem and he has to protect us. Alrighty, so Destiny Hero Dark Angel's effect will activate. So both players get to take a normal spell and put it on top of their deck. Paolo choosing Soul Exchange, Starblast choosing Reinforcement of the Army. Oh, I thought he searched that from the deck. There you go. There's the Soul Exchange from the deck. Alright, we did it. We got there. The Warrior returning alive will return Diamond Dude from the graveyard to the hand. So that is a guaranteed hit on Diamond Dude. Will hit that Rhoda. However, it is an attack position Destiny Hero Diamond Dude. Paolo drawing 2 cards and scooping. Okay, cool. I, yeah, that happened. What? 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 We're just gonna mark it. Yeah, apparently just had no out to Future Fusion and said, okay, that's game. Huh. Cool. Well, there you go. That 30 card Destiny hero. OP. Apparently. Let's move on to game number 3. It will be Starblast Elemental Heroes versus Paolo's Spellproof Armor. And my stream is dead. Fantastic. I love it. I absolutely love it. Am I back? Are we live? Hey, I think the stream is back. Nice. Woo! We did it. Hooray! So remember at the top of the stream where I said, it seemed like there were some issues? Well, we got almost through 2 full matches before that really showed up, and now it's doing bad things again. Lovely. I love Comcast. Never any issues. Yes, we will see if you can hear my voice clearly. Yes, we will be seeing the final standings, as well as the playoff bracket and all that after the conclusion of today's matches. Interestingly, usually when this crap happens, it's like my upload speed is really bad, but my upload speed is actually fine, so I legit have no idea what's going on. Comcast works in mysterious ways. I could not hazard a guess as to what the problem is. Yeah, it'll totally be calculated live. I definitely haven't already done it. Don't worry about it. Alrighty. Going into game number 3. Hopefully the broadcast will be fine now. It's all up to our great Lord Comcast and what they choose to do at any given moment. Alrighty, so it will be Starblast going first. We'll set a monster and pass. I haven't watched the replays, so to speak. I just did my due diligence to be a prepared host. Soul Exchange will tribute the face-down elemental hero Wildheart for Jinzo, who is also unaffected by trap effects. 1 back row will finish out the turn. Starblast will use Reinforcing the Army, searching for elemental hero Sparkman. It's a party. Sparkman plus Blade Edge makes elemental hero Plasma Vice. Also deals piercing battle damage, as does every monster apparently. You can discard a card to target an attack position monster your opponent controls and destroy it. Woo! That's right. I am just that good. Already Book of Moon will prevent that effect from being activated, as it will simply be sad and go face down. Hello, with the normal summon of the bird, Jinzo will destroy the Plasma Vice. Bird will use Screeching Claw attack. I'm role-playing Terramaster for a moment here. 2300 will get through. No back row, but Starblast can't do anything against this field. We'll just have to try to turtle up. But unless that's a DD Warrior Lady, that's not good enough. Jinzo attacks in, and Starblast admits a very quick defeat here. I can't believe that 30-card E-Heroes didn't get it done. That's crazy. Spellproof Armor will take the win here in game number 3. That is Paolo taking a 2-1 win over Starblast 100. Let's go ahead and take a look at those decks. So we're going to start on Star Blast side. Unions were banned away. This is Star Blast 30 card Union deck. I think we pointed this out last week. That is, in fact, a Guilford the Lightning as his chosen 3 tribute monster. Triple Metaverse. Only 2 Foolish Burials somehow, even in 30 cards. 3 Scrambles, 3 Floodgates, 3 Somas, and Union stuff. What is that? That is 30 card Unions, is what that is. I respect the Guilford tech, actually. Well, if Ursa's respects it, then there you go. Someone banned Unions over D Hero. Yep, they sure did. Paolo banned away the Union deck. Did not want to face Guilford the Lightning. Who can blame him? Alrighty, next up is the 30 card Destiny Hero deck. There you go. Triple Jinzo this week, actually. So there is your 30 card Destiny Heroes. Looking to get some work done. Starblast would have simply opened Hanger Scramble in 30. Honestly, probably true. That sounds pretty legit, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so there is your 30 card Destiny Heroes, and the moment we've all been waiting for. If you want to see what 30 card Elemental Heroes looks like, because 20 card Heroes is way too consistent. This is it. There is your 30 card Elemental Hero deck. That is triple Blade Edge, 1 Little Clayman, triple Necroshade, triple Sparkman, 1 Wild Heart, and some DD Warrior Ladies. Yes, that is a Skyscraper. You are correct. Our Righteous Justice is the only one of the 4 hero cards, the letter cards that we have. Yeah, there you go. Triple Fufu. This is 30 card Elemental Heroes. Sparkman Fusion Turbo. Well, Turbo with 30 cards, yes. So there you go. There's your 30 card Elemental Hero deck. Extra deck was triple Dark Bright, double Plasma Vice, and a single Thunder Giant. So if you ever wanted to know what 30 card E-Heroes would look like, now you know. Alright, let's move on to Paolo's decks. Banned away was the Moth deck seen here. Super teched out with a gap in there, triple Dust Tornado, and a straight flush. Paolo just wanted so much back row removal. And played 22 cards, so this was Paolo's take on Moth for this week. And what was actually allowed to be played was Spellproof Armor, which we just saw in the last game, the triple Soul Exchange for 3 Jinzos, 2 Sidras, Dekoichi and a Blast Sphere actually round out the monster lineup along with the birds. The Wicked Breaking Flamberge Bow we've seen for a few weeks now from Paolo, which is a very cool tech choice, I think. And then the Triple Book, Triple Floodgate. So there you go, there's that. And then speaking of 30 cards, there's Paolo's Gaia list. It is not Gaia Turbo. I'm going with a complete Apprentice swap package. The Spheres, United We Stand, which I love. The Gentlemanders. So I believe this list has not changed over the last few weeks. I believe Paolo's been pretty consistent on this one. So there you go. There's the 30 card Gaia deck. That was played there. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and reset our scorecards here as we are about to jump into the third match of the day. As you will now be able to see on the right side of your screen, up top on the blue side, it is Jack Yomu, who has Spellproof Armor banned away. Will be playing Moth and Cyber Angels. And Siren Rises on the bottom, who I trust when he says he will eventually make a Dueling Book account with that name. Make a Siren Rises Dueling Book account name. With Unions banned away, we'll be playing Moth and Burn. So here we go. Let's get into the first game of our third match of the day. Jack Yomu versus Siren Rises. I like Yami Mokuba too, I do. Like, just on principle, but Siren did say he was going to make a new account, so I'm just, reminding you of that. Alrighty, so it will be Siren going first. We'll be playing the Digging for Gold Burn. Or, I'm sorry, it is Jack going first. Siren will be on the Burn. Jack will be on Cyber Angels with a simple 1-set back row and pass. So Siren will summon an Amazoness Swordswoman. How many set back row will there be? There's one. There's two. Alrighty, that is enough for now. 1,500 to the dome. There's your first damage of this match. Jack top decked a monster and set it. We'll set another back row behind it. Siren declaring that it must be jarred. Will activate reinforcement of the army. Searching exiled force to try to pop that jar before it ever has a chance to flip. It looks like it will be successful. So exiled will hit that absorbing jar. Alright, Swordswoman will get in for another 1,500. Jack, it is now or never. Make something happen. No, it will not. What an awkward game one for Cyber Angels. So, I said burn. What I meant was Amazoness beatdown, because that's what we played against. Yeah. Amazoness beatdown will take game number 1 against Cyber Angels. Alrighty, let's get into game number 2 here. Jack declaring he's going to go second. Siren declaring his lungs are in pain. That sounds incredibly concerning. I hope you're okay. What the hell is that? It will be the Moth Mirror. I'm just reading their exchange here. Yeah, oof. Alright, it will be a T set from Siren Rises. And Mona match with Burn using 0 back row. True. Alright, DD Warrior Lady will be summoned up here with 2 back row behind her. We'll go ahead and attack. Alrighty, so it will flip up. That is 100 damage. Both Warrior Ladies will be banished. Breaker, the Magical Warrior, will be met by a Book of Moon. I feel like these two are well acquainted. However, Siren will chain Parasite on the Breaker. That flips down. Parasite goes to the grave. Will summon the Moth from hand. He says, I feel bad. Please have Floodgate. Jack says, I do not. So Cocoon will activate, shuffle the Parasite back into the hand. Perfectly fair. Moth will attempt to deal 35, but that is a Zoma the Spirit. Siren willing to attack into it and take the 3,500. That is a Parasite in the end phase, but Book of Moon says no, thank you. Jack will go ahead and take a free draw for his troubles because, you know, why not? If you tribute your opponent's monster for 3,500 from deck, it gets stopped. Just draw a card. You need a compensation prize for that, you know? You have to. Breaker will be the normal summon with a back row behind him. Will attack into Siren's Breaker. Siren will set, pass. Interesting. Did not want to flip summon the Moth. Okay. Breaker will be used on the back row, which was pretty easy to predict. Breaker goes in on the set. It is a DD Warrior Lady. Will use the effect to banish. Zoma equal death, not worth. Fair. Fair point. Yeah, if you can't deal with that Zoma, then yeah, I got you. Alright, now we'll go ahead and flip summon into the Moth. We'll attempt to get in for 35, which is successful, but another Parasite in the end phase, and another Book of Moon. However, Jack does not get another draw out of it. That only gets to happen once, making this guild completely balanced. We'll set monster and pass. Siren passing back here. There's a lot of passing. This is what you expect in the Moth Mirror. A full back row here from Jack. Breaker, the Magical Warrior, coming down from Siren. See if he can deal with a little bit of it. We'll handle the Book of Moon, at least. There's Breaker. Is that Breaker number 3? Or 2? 2. That is Breaker number 2. I thought it was 3. It will be booked, which is going to happen no matter what. I think Siren recognizing the fact that he's actually ahead by 1 in the deck out game, and therefore does not actually have to do anything if he can survive. Breaker will be flip summoned. Siren says he feels bad about this. Did you worry that he will be flipped up and banished to not provide a parasite target? There's a back row. There's a Zoma. Breaker flip summoned here, okay. Breaker will attack the face down. Breaker. That's a burn player playing Moth, alright. Parasite will be activated in the end phase on the Zoma. Draws. Good to go to main phase, which means that Zoma's getting tributed. There's a Moth from the deck. So it wasn't the bottom 6 cards, which was good for Siren, but it will be met by a Floodgate Trap Hole. Will flip summon this Moth, will attempt to go for lethal here onto the Breaker, will be successful. Siren Rises, taking a 2-0 win over Yugioh here. Just Moth things. Can't believe he won in any other way other than deck out. Shameful. Already nicely done there by Siren Rises. Let's go ahead and take a look at those deck lists. We will start with Yugioh. Spellproof Armor was banned away. So again, this is the list. I think it's been banned from him like every week for like the last 4 weeks or something. I don't know if that's accurate, but that's what it feels like. So this is the list. Again, it's the Super Teched Out, Triple Psychic Shockwave, Triple Mind Crush, Double Lost Wind, Spellproof Armor. And no one has wanted to play against this thing. I'm pretty sure it's been banned away like every week for a while now. Moving on, here is Jack's Moth list with his trademark Tecton Jinzo. So those three flex spots go to Jinzo, Floodgate Trap Hole, and Cosmic Cyclone. The rest of it is Moth as we know it. And then last, and I would say not least, but the way it performed. Oof. Cyber Angels, honestly, pretty standard stuff. Again, Cyber Angels having a pretty much solved 17-card core now that people have accepted that Absorbing Jar is the way to go. Leaving those last 3 spots open, Jack opting for triple Cosmic Cyclone as those spots. So we were saying, ooh, back row in Cyber Angels, it was just Cosmics. Or maybe bluffed Machine Angel Ritual, I don't know. But yeah, it wasn't like back row. So there you go. There's the Cyber Angel deck that unfortunately horribly bricked in Game 1. Alrighty, so banned away from Siren Rises was the Union deck. Siren on triple Floodgate, single Foolish Burial, and as you can see, very much a standard Union deck. A little less exciting than 30 cards, but probably slightly more consistent. There you go, there's Siren's take on Unions. What was allowed to be played first up was Moth, using Floodgate Trap Hole for the 3 flex spots, just going with 3 of those. And of course, it is just Moth other than that. And Digging for Gold Burn was the last deck, or as we saw, simply Amazon of Swordswoman Beatdown is actually what the deck is. It's just disguised as a burn deck. So there you go. Those were the decks. Not really bluff Sheener, you can get the draw from Jar. Yeah. Alrighty, so it is, in fact, time for our final match of the day. As you can see, we're getting through these relatively quickly since it's just me here. Let's go ahead and reset here, as our final match of the day will be Tensei Pot 2 on the blue side. With Moth banned away, we'll be playing Relinquished and Karyushin for the 2nd week in a row. Ursus on the red side has Cyber Angels banned away. We'll be playing Unions and looking into the future, Burn. It is time. When do we reveal the twist that only players who brought Beatdown get to playoffs? Well, you ruined it now. It was going to be the big reveal at the end. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get into our final match, not only of the day, but our final match of the regular season for Season 1 of the Speed Duel Masters Circuit. It is Tensei Pot 2 versus CM Ursus. Every every freaking time, and I want to be clear, I'm not even like a big wrestling person, but a good friend of mine is. Every freaking time, especially when I'm using like the announcer voice, I want to say CM Punk. Every freaking time. Anyway. Alrighty, so let's get into game number 1 here. What decks will we be seeing? It will be Karyushin for Tensei Patu, and it will be Future Burn for Ursus. We'll start off by stacking his deck. Like a cheater. We'll go into a T set. Let's see what Tensei has. An L set, perfect. Very exciting gameplay so far. Alrighty, Ursus will stack his deck once more. There's a Swordswoman. Hey, we're doing something. Things are happening. Alright. Swordswoman attacks into DD Warrior Lady. Tensei will take that 100 points of damage, but will banish both monsters. Soul Exchange is going to come down, tributing the face down monster. Their book cannot save you now. DD Warrior Lady will be tributed for Karyushin, which will be immediately Floodgate tripled. That's sad. Oh, there's a Book of Moon. Alright. Karyu will not be floodgated, but the skill cannot be activated since he does not have the face of Karyushin. Looking into the future, stack the deck. I'm just trying to see what I missed here. What? Terror is hard counter for wheel and wall. Busted. True. Already one more back row, which will immediately be met by a Cosmic Cyclone. Zone of the Spirit, get out of here. There's a flip summon of Karyushin. It's good. Terror from the deep. Umi will be activated from the deck. There we go. Rhoda will come down to search the DD Warrior Lady. Things are happening. So again, just as a reminder, while you control Karyushin, all water monsters you control are unaffected by trap effects. They do not have to target, they are simply unaffected. Wait. Am I dumb, or are they dumb? When Ursus used Floodgate on Karyushin the first time, shouldn't have just been unaffected by that? Why did he book it? Guys, am I missing something, or did Tensei just... Or did they both just not realize this? Oh, the skill wasn't up. That's right, because he had to have Karyushin. Okay, you're right, you're right. I realized it at the time, and I didn't point it out at the time, and like looking back on it now, I forgot what the sequence of events was. Okay. The answer was, as always, that I am dumb. Okay, very good. Alright, Wall of Disruption will reduce DD Warrior Lady down to 0, but will not affect the Karyushin. Broken. Ursus will look into the future once more. Summons DD Warrior Lady will attack into the Karyushin, but that is a Book of Moon. DD Warrior Lady can attack in. Tensei can afford to take the 1600 damage for Karyushin to get in for lethal. This should be game. Yeah, it sure is. Karyushin, too good. Taking the win over looking into the future burn. Heck yeah. Umi gang, rise up. Alrighty, let's go into game number 2 here with Karyushin having gotten the win in game number 1. Umi is now undefeated in the SMC. Easily tier 2. Easily. Yep. So Senju will go ahead and search Relinquish to start things off here. Ursa's going back to burn. We'll look into the future. Swordswoman will be summed up. It is bigger than Senju. That is true. A full back row behind it will attack into Senju, but will be Nightmare Wield. Okay. Says you thought you were going to deal 100, but you can take 5 instead. Simple switch defense and pass, but Swordswoman will be booked here. Interesting. So Ursus wanted to see what was going to happen before committing that book, willing to take the 500 damage for the extra information. The swordsman will be flipped back up. We'll look into the future once more. That Nightmare Wheel now gets to sit there and do nothing. Black Brachiosaurus will be summoned up, but will not use its effect. Swordswoman will attack. Brachiosaurus will get 1800 damage through. Thousand Eyes spell will discard Mask of the Accursed. And Illusionist Faceless Mage to summon Relinquished. That's right. That will be met by a Floodgate Trap Hole! Oh, that was weird. Okay. Skill activates, summons DD Warrior Lady. Nice. DD Warrior Lady tries to go out on Relinquish, will be met by Sphere Karibo. That will stop Ursa's play for the turn. Ursa isn't playing Burn, that's Dinosaur. My bad, sorry. Ursa's very real dinosaur deck. Oh my goodness. Good times. Good times. I actually got to relive that nightmare yesterday as I was looking for something in the chat from the past. So thank you for that. Alrighty, Thousand Eyes spell will discard the Book of Moon, banish the Sphere Karibo. Relinquish will be summoned, and that one will be Book of Moon. Ursa does not want any Relinquish effect to go off. We'll look into the future one more time. We'll set a back row. DD Warrior Lady will attack the booked Relinquished. Will banish. Senju will be the summon here to search Relinquished, but does not currently have a way of bringing it to the field, so that will end the turn here. Ursa stacking his deck each and every turn like a cheater. DD Warrior Lady, there you go. That will banish the other Relinquished. Swordswoman runs over Senju, Black Brachiosaurus, the star of this dinosaur deck. We'll go ahead and get in for 18. What can Tensei top deck here? Absolutely nothing. Ursus will take game 2 with Stack My Deck Burn. I hate it. I want to point out that when we first started the stream, like things are obviously like brighter now. It wasn't like that when we first started. Absolutely nothing has changed. It's the same browser, it's the same window, but now it's doing that really bright thing. So that's cool. Anyway. All right, it is time for game number 3 and the final duel of the day, the final duel of the regular season. Will Tensei Patu come out on top and reclaim his first place spot, or will it be Ursus taking the upset win here? Let's find out, as it will be Tensei's Relinquished versus Ursa's Unions. Ursus will be going first, does not open Hanger. What a noob. Oh my god. I don't think this guy's ever played Unions before in his life. Tensei will start off with a normal summon of Senju to search Relinquished from the deck. Tensei is first no matter what happens here. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, that is... No comment. Alright, 1400 damage will come through from Senju. Ursus simply sets a monster and passes. It will be Nightmare Wheel. That's 500 more damage in the standby here. As Tensei will just go on the defensive. There's the Union Hanger from Ursus. He finally got there. It took him 3 turns. Can you believe that? What a bad Union player. Y Dragonhead will be summoned, but will be met by Book of Moon, so that deck remains untouched. However, X and Y will be banished from the field for XY Dragon Cannon. There is a Union Scramble. Ursa's getting very aggressive here. Alright, Y Dragonhead goes in This is 4,000 if it goes through, but this is relinquished. There's a good chance there's a Sphere Karibo. There it is. 1,800, though, will get through. There's Thousand Eye Spell, discarding the Faceless Magician, banishing the Sphere Karibo. That is a relinquished. It will be Floodgate Trap Hold. Y will equip to X. Z will be summoned, banishing Y and Z to summon the YZ Tank Dragon. Pitch a Foolish Burial, pop the relinquished, and since it was face down, there is no effect for the Faceless Magician, and that is game. That is match. Relinquished. Cannot get it done. Ursus with the Unions will take the come from behind win after dropping game 1. Will win games 2 and 3 to take that match win over Tensei. Nicely done there, Ursus. Alrighty, so let Nightblader please go ahead and take a look at those decks. We will start off with Tensei. Banned Away was, well, I was gonna say Moth, but as you can see, there are no Moths in this Moth deck. That's right, it is not Moth. It is the Metal Armored Bug Champions Vigilance Insect deck, which only needs 2 breakers, apparently. 2 Books of Moon, 2 Zomas, because who needs those other garbage cards when you have Champions Vigilance? Easy. And since this deck is obviously tier 0, Ursus banned it away. Because Moth is Moth, whatever. It's just a 3,500, it has no effect. But Metal Armored Bug has Champion's Vigilance behind it. You don't want to deal with that. So, obviously banned away. Tensei revealing the secrets of the actual tier 0 of this format. Well, you saw it here first on the SMC stream. We reveal the actual best decks. And relinquished with 2 Djinns, actually. As you can see, a double Cyclone, 2 Mask of the Accursed, a Thousand Eyes Idol to give access to Thousand Eyes Restrict. This deck has it all, except the ability to win, apparently. So yeah, these annoying modern Yu-Gi-Oh decks with multiple negates. True. What has Yu-Gi-Oh become? Omni negates all over the place. And then the broken Karyushin deck, as we see, it simply refuses to lose. You might not think it's good, but does it ever lose? No, it doesn't. It always wins. So there you go. There's Karyushin. Tensei showing us Karyushin and Metal Armored Bug Parasite, just bringing out all the stops here in week number 3 or 9. Why did I say 3? I don't know. Week number 9. I know where we are. Everything's fine. 1 sword, 1 soul exchange, perfect ratio. I mean, clearly. So there you go. Moving over to Ursus. Banned away was Cyber Angels. There you go. This was the exact list that won the Winnabox. With the Jars, the Gale Lizards, the Cyber Angels. It is too good. Tensei banned it away. Did not want to deal with it. Says that list too strong. Unions were played. So this is Ursus Unions list. This is his pretty standard list at this point. Triple Floodgate and single Foolish Burial. Other than that, it is exactly what you expect to see from Unions at this point. Quiet, Sofa Core. And looking into the future, Burn. I'm sorry. What I meant to say was the Dinosaur deck. So there you go. Feast your eyes. My water just attacked me. I have been assaulted. So there you go. There's the list. I was actually attacked. Please, someone call the police. There you go. Your pure dinosaur deck, since it has Black Brachios in it. So good job, Ursus, taking that win. And with that, every other week at this point has been where we've signed off of the stream and said see you next week for the next week of the Speed Duel Masters Circuit. But this is not any other week, my friends. This was the final week of the regular season, which means we now have our final standings, so we know what will happen going into playoffs. And with no further ado, here you go. These are the final standings of the regular season of Season 1 of the Speed Duel Masters Circuit. And surprising, apparently, herself, since she didn't think it was even possible, in first place, by the slimmest of margins, it will be Theg Sofacord, who got the free win this week, thanks to Joian dropping out. So, Sofacord, make sure to send a thank you note to Joian for making sure that you were actually able to get into the #1 spot. With the 6-3 record and a 13-8 game record, it is Theg Sofacord moving up 2 spots to take the #1 seed heading into playoffs. Well done, Sofacord. Didn't have the start to the regular season she was looking for, but really, really picked it up after that. So very well done. Congratulations to you for picking up that #1 seed. Tensei Patu at number 2 with a 6-3 record, but a 12-8 game score. Missing out on that #1 seed by a single duel. Jack Yomu, also with a 6-3 match record, will be taking the #3 seed heading into playoffs with an 11-7 game score. Hexy at 5-4 will be our #4 seed with a 10-10 game score. Siren Rises with a 5-4, 8-9 game score will be our #5 seed, moving up 1 spot compared to their place before these matches. And Starblast 100, actually, after a strong start to the season, kind of faltered over the last few weeks, but still doing just enough to make it into the playoffs. 5-4 record, but a 9-11 game score will put them at the #6 seed. Despite a valiant effort at the end here, CM Ursus, JDG Nightblader, and Paolo NS will be missing out on playoffs. All of them with a 4-5 match score. Ursus with the best of them. Nightblader in 8th, and Paolo finishing 9th with a 9-13 game score. Hopefully this will inspire him to become a 3 trick instead of a 2 trick. Oh my goodness. If I only tried, I could be first still. Well, you know, you made your decisions. But still, #3 seed, nothing to be ashamed of, Jack. Yes, I agree with you, Siren, saying I do. Everyone did well, though. Yeah, there were, this actually became a lot closer than it looked like it was going to be. Because for a while, Tensei Patu was running away with it, and Paolo was way behind in 9th. Paolo actually made things competitive here towards the end. Tensei actually dropping down to #2. Jack actually spending a week in first place. So yeah, we actually did see a much more competitive season than it looked like it was going to be. So before we move on to discuss the playoff format, first and foremost, I do want to thank every single one of our players. You all had to earn your spot even getting here to make it through the qualifying tournament. And yeah, you all provided, honestly, a lot of entertainment, some really great games, some really cool decks, a lot of innovation, a lot of decks that we didn't expect to see do well actually perform. So yeah, so first off, I'm not going to be cheesy and do a single round of applause by myself, but seriously, congratulations to all of our competitors, all of our players here. You all were awesome to watch. So thank you for providing us with some really, really great matches during the regular season. As we move forward, for those who are unfamiliar with the format, it was initially 10 players that made it in. Joian did drop out partway through, which is why you see 9 players here on your standings. The top 6 out of those 10 players move on to playoffs and are guaranteed a place in Season 2 of the Speed Duel Masters Circuit once that starts. The bottom 4, and now in this case 3, unfortunately do not make playoffs, do not automatically qualify for Season 2, but will be able to participate, of course, in the open Season 2 qualifying tournament once that does occur. So CM Ursus, JDG Nightblader, and Paolo NS. Unfortunately, this is where your Season 1 road does end. But again, you all were awesome. Thank you so much for competing. Alrighty. Oh, sorry, Terry. I did not notice that you messaged me. How long ago was that? Oh, just now. Fantastic. Alrighty. I'm going to bring Terramaster into the stream here. hopefully right now, as we will discuss the playoff format. Welcome. And actually, to make sure that I don't screw this up with echo from you, give me one moment, and I will plug in my headphones.
Cool. I have already assembled all 5 pieces of Exodia.
Because for some reason, sometimes it echoes and sometimes it doesn't, but I don't want to take the chance that it will. So,
understandable.
Here we go.
All planned, by the way, missing the gameplay of matchups I've seen 8 times already.
Yeah, I can't believe you missed that. That's crazy.
You can't believe it's crazy.
All right, sorry. Imagine? I am messing with my tripod because I somehow managed to mess it up while I was doing all this. All right, cool. Alrighty, so any thoughts on the final standings? Anything that stood out to you? I know you didn't get to see all the games.
30 cards made it, and the reigning Winnabox champion did not. Amazing.
Yep. So thereby proving that everything we thought we knew about Speed Duels was a lie.
That's right. That's right. Winning Winnabox means nothing. Winnabox is a apparently fake tournament full of nothing but meme and rogue decks, and nobody actually tries. Right? Yeah.
Agreed. Alrighty, so there you go. Let's go ahead and take a look at the playoff bracket. So, for those who don't know, the playoff stage for the Speed Duel Masters Circuit is a double elimination bracket, as you can see on your screen here. So I have included the seed numbers so you can see exactly how this is going to work. So, Siren Rises and Star Blast 100, by virtue of being the bottom 2 in the playoffs, will begin their run in the losers bracket, whereas Sofacord, Hexy, Tensei, and Jack will begin on the winners bracket side. This is slightly misleading, as this is how Challenge has it set up. However, the way this format actually works is the whoever loses in round 1 in the winners bracket side. The way it'll work is the higher seed of those 2 losing players will go to face Star Blast, and the lower seed of the 2 losing players will go to face Siren Rises. So just be aware that's how it's going to work. So hypothetically, if our seeding says these are the best players, let's just say their number 1 and 2 seeds win. So let's say Sofacord and Tensei win hypothetically. If Hexy and Jack dropped down, Jack is the number 3 seed, would play against the number 6 seed, Star Blast 100, and Hexy is the number 4 seed, would play against the number 5 seed, Siren Rises. So that is how that's going to work. So once you're in the losers bracket, once you lose, you are out. And however, if you're in the winners bracket, of course, you have the chance to still make it to the finals. Seeing a doubled in bracket, knowing there won't be a hungry box pop up is sad. Oh, man. Are we still doing 3 decks? Yes. Yes, you are. The playoffs will still continue in the SMC Conquest format. So there you go. These are the playoff stages. So congratulations to Sofacord, Tensei, Jack, Kiyomu, Hexy, Siren Rises, and Star Blast 100 for making it to the playoff stage. Siren and Star Blast will have a bit of a tougher road, but they do still have the opportunity to try to win this thing. And as a reminder, the first, second, and third place finishers will be getting a share of that sweet, sweet cash prize pool. $80. Yeah, we're up to 88. Yeah, Zuna did a lot of work last week. Remember. Sorry?
We started at 50, if you remember.
Yes,
so,
yes, we did.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Can we get it to 100?
That would be pretty awesome. I will actually get with all of you as far as all information you need to know for playoff stage before we begin. I'll actually do that today, a little bit after the stream. I'll give all of the players all the information you need, but I'll answer that question for you. As far as scheduling goes, this is where things get a little tricky. I want to say the next stream will be next week, but honestly, I'm going to leave that up to our players since they do still have to submit decks to me. I will discuss privately, not here on the stream chat, but I will discuss privately with our players if they feel that they have enough time to get decks submitted and play their matches between now and say they have till Saturday of this week. If they're all down for that, it will be the first 2 matches, since we need those to conclude before we can go to the losers bracket side. So it'll really be up to Sophocor, Tensei, Jack, and Hexy if they are ready to do that. If they feel they can get decks submitted and matches played by Saturday, then we will have our next stream next week. If they do not all agree to that, then we will have to delay a bit. Either way, 2 weeks from now is the Remote Duel Extravaganza Speed Duel main event, so we will not be streaming that week regardless. So either, if our players are up for the challenge of being ready for it, we will be streaming the winners bracket side next Sunday, or we will take the next 2 weeks off and then resume the playoffs the following week after that. So either way, though, in 2 weeks, we will not be broadcasting due to the Remote Duel Extravaganza. But I will discuss with our players privately, and I will announce in the Discord once that decision has been made, if we will be broadcasting next week or not. So it's either going to be broadcast next week, then take a week off, or take the next 2 weeks off. So that'll be up to our players what they want to do. Before we end for this week, Terramaster, since you're here, any particular matchup you're really looking forward to seeing?
Looking forward to seeing the Thags going against each other in the second round so they can say rigged.
So you're assuming they're both going to win round 1 in the winners bracket?
I'm hoping that happens at some point, whether they happens in the winners bracket or the losers bracket.
Okay, fair enough. Yes. Yeah. Can't wait to hear rigged. All right, very nice. I will say, God, it's actually hard for me to pick because, especially in the winners bracket side, all 4 of these players have actually done a really good job of bringing kind of a mix of decks that we know are competitive, but also some other interesting stuff, whether it be just tech choices in those decks, or like one deck that we know is competitive and one that's a little bit more on the rogue side. Like they've all done a really, really good job with that and shown some pretty cool strategies inside the game. So I actually don't even think I can pick one match. This is shaping up to be a really, really exciting playoff stage, I think.
Yeah, and it's going to be the first one ever. So obviously, there's only, no matter how long this goes, there's only going to be one first ever Speed Duel Masters Circuit winner.
That's right.
So that's a title nobody else will ever have.
That is absolutely true, for sure. And yes, you will get a shiny roll in the Discord for whoever does win it. Just so you know, along with the cash, obviously. Alrighty, so yeah, that will do it here for the end of the regular season of the first season of the Speed Duel Masters Circuit. Do stay tuned. If you're not already in the Discord, make sure to use !Discord in the chat, since that is where all announcements will be made regarding what to expect as far as the broadcast goes. So make sure that you are there so you can keep up with all that is going on. But I will make that announcement once I've had a chance to talk with our players, and I will let you all know ASAP. So that is it for now. So until next time, whenever that is, either next week or in 3 weeks. As always, my friends, be good to yourselves, be good to each other. Good luck in all of your games, and we will see you soon.